sun doesn't set here. It retreats, slipping behind the serrated ridges of the rust canyons like a wounded animal, crawling back into its den. You stand at the edge of the breach, boots sinking into the powder of oxidized earth, watching the sky bruise itself into shades of orange and violet. The light fades fast in this place, as if ashamed to illuminate what festers below. And above you, always above you, hangs the Iron God, the great parasite, the megastructure the archives call Hital. You've heard it called other things in the shanty taverns, but when the gin is cheap and the courage is high. The hanging grave, the brass lung, the sovereign shackle, names born from fear, awe, and the quiet understanding that whatever Hital is, it is not a city, it is not a machine, it is not a place, it is a verdict. A floating necrometropolis of impossible geometry. Its underbelly a labyrinth of spires, cannons, vents, and cathedral-sized turbines. It hums with the vibration of a billion captive thoughts. Some say the minds of the pre-collapse rulers, uploaded into its core, still dreaming the minion. Others say it is alive, a biomechanical organism that feeds on the world below. We don't know which is true. You only know this. Hital does not fly. It simply refuses to acknowledge the gravity of the earth, and down here in the sprawl of the Riskhital Mark, you breathe its exhaust. The megatropolis sprawls across the canyon floor like a wounded beast. Shanty houses stacked on shanty houses, rusted metal patched with scavenged plastics, cables dangling like exposed veins. The streets are narrow, crooked, and always damp with condensation from atmospheric filters that barely function. Your days are a rhythm of survival. Mending broken air scrubbers, trading rusted copper for water that tastes like old batteries, scavenging the dead zones for relics of the old world, praying the storms don't peel the roofs off your home. You are an ant at the feet of a titan, and every lunar cycle the titan demands its due. The clouds part with the sound of tearing silk. That's how you know the collection has begun. You and the others gather in the dust plaza, where the offerings are piled high. Raw cobalt, biosludge, fungal resin, and whatever pre-collapse tech you've ranged your life to salvage. To refuse is to invite the natural oppression of the wastes. The storms, the mutated beasts, the roving scavenger clans who fear nothing except the shadow of Hital. Then they descend. The NCS, Neo-Cell soldiers, hit the ground first. The first time you saw one, you forgot how to breathe. 7.5 feet tall. Bronze-hued composite plating, augmented muscle fibers coiled like industrial cables beneath their armor. A female NCS passes you now, her footsteps cracking the parched earth under 500 pounds of engineered lethality. Her visor glows with the cold analytical blue. No emotion, no hesitation, no humanity. They are the fists of Hital's will. The SPGs, Sentry Protection Guards, follow behind them. If the NCS are fists, the SPGs are scalpels. Ghost white, porcelain smooth, genderless, silent. They move with a grace that feels wrong, like a predator pretending to be harmless. Their density is 6 times what their frame suggests. When one steps onto a wooden floor, the boards groan like they're praying for mercy. Their eyes glow a soft blue, but there is nothing soft about them. The elders whisper, the tax is paid in sweat, or it is paid in bone. Hital does not care which. Riskhital is not united, it never has been. In the town halls, crumbling structures lit by flickering neon, people gather in hushed circles, debating the theology of the machine. The comforters kneel when the steel saints descend. They believe Hital is your shield, that without its shadow, the storms would flay you alive, your mutated horrors would devour you, and the world would finish what the collapse began. The resistance, a ghost of the canyons, whispers in the dust. Destroying fast, vanish faster, leave behind only scorch marks and the smell of ozone. During the last collection, you saw it happen. A flash of mag fire from a high ridge, a scream, a plume and dust. The SPG turned in perfect unison, their optics flaring. The resistance fighters scattered like smoke, but not all escaped. You remember the sound, like metal grinding against bone, and the way the canyon wind carried the echo long after the bodies were gone. Most people just look down. They keep their hammers moving, they keep their mouths shut. They trade a piece of their soul every day for the refuge of a master that never looks at their faces. When the offerings are taken, the megastructure groans. The spiked belly of Hital retracts its tendrils, its turbines roar, and the entire necrocity begins to ascend back into the smoke-choked stratosphere. The sky darkens as it rises, blotting out the last traces of daylight. It hauls your lifeblood upward, sure for its posthumous rulers. The digital phantoms who govern before you are born will govern long after you are dust. The dust settles, the screams fade. The canyon wind whistles through the shanty like a morning hymn. The dream of a better world is a lie you tell yourself to keep from screaming. This is the year of the metal shadow. This is the peace of the graveyard. People ask which side you're on. Comfortist, resistance, neutral. The treating is simpler and far more dangerous. You choose the side that survives. But survival is not the same as obedience. And obedience is not the same as chase. You have seen too much, you have lost too much, and the hum of Hital, the cognitive vibration in the bones underworld, has become a reminder that chains can be broken, even if the hands that break them bleed. You are no ghost of the canyons, not yet. But you are no worshipper of the Iron God either. You walk a line between them, waiting for the moment when the world shifts, when the shadow halters, when the titan stumbles. And when that moment comes, you will choose. Night falls as the sun has long since fled. The neon gutters flicker to life. The canyon winds howl, the shanty towers creak like dying giants, and in the distance, through the smog and the dust, you see it. Riskhital City. A labyrinth of rusted metal, stacked platforms, hanging bridges and glowing vents. A megatropolis built from desperation and held together by stubbornness. A place where every alley hides a story, every rooftop hides a secret, and every denizen hides a choice. It is the heart of the mark.